Hey, it's Dan with Moyer & Sons, and today I'm changing things up just a little bit. Of course, I'm here at Lone Oak Brewery in Olney, Maryland, which has become one of the meccas of breweries in this area. There's the big four, and Lone Oak is by far the newest. No, I'm just kidding. It's amazing out here. All this acreage and all this beauty. I can't be more excited to be out here. Of course, I have Charlie right here with me. He's not only an amazing loan officer, but also one of the owners and founders of Lone Oak, and pretty nice guy. I'm just saying. I wish he hadn't cut his beard. I'd be even happier. My special guest here, going on this brew adventure with me, is Lawrence from Remax. You may know him from our earlier video of eating wings and almost crying in his backyard. Yeah, right. So, let's not forget about him. He's got good news coming up shortly, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. To start, kind of what today's process is that Lawrence and I are going to go through 5 tasters and figure out which of the beers from Lone Oak they are. Charlie here is going to kind of teach us the ways about beer, Lone Oak, and the history of Lone Oak. So to start, we're going to be going from our right to left. Lawrence is British, so you may not be able to figure this one out.
We'll go left to
That's
right.
this side, Lawrence. That's this side.
Start here.
To start, Lone Oak has been around for less than a year here in Olney. You're up against Waradaka, Brookville, and Elder Pine. A lot of people would say it's crazy to do this idea. I love crazy, but at the same time, I think the addition of Lone Oak really has turned Olney into a must-have for brew lovers. And Lone Oak has become a must-have stop. Charlie, kind of tell me how you got to this point.
Absolutely. So, thanks for coming out today. Yeah.
Cheers first.
Yeah.
You
Cheers.
gotta drink a beer.
So we don't look like we're up against other breweries or farm breweries. We partner very closely with them. We've learned a lot from them. They're great people. They've done a really good job, and we're excited to be a part of the farm brewery community. So how we kind of came up with this, my brother and I, we grew up on a small working farm right here over in Durwood, Maryland. And we wanted to try to get back to owning some land and getting back to that lifestyle. And so before we really, or as we started to dive into that and started to look at properties, simultaneously the county was passing farm brewery or alcohol production facility licenses. And so that really intrigued us, it piqued our interest, love beer. And so we started traveling to all these other farm breweries and checking them out, and we really fell in love with the culture, we fell in love with the industry, and that really kind of sparked the idea. So my brother and I purchased the land probably about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. It's been in plans for probably about 2.5 to 3 years from now, pretty much. And then we partnered with father-son builder, Ryan and Ralph Millay, M&M Builders, and they built out this beautiful building. So we've got some really cool things we've done here. A lot of the building itself, we milled a lot of the wood here, all the posts we milled on site, all these tables. This is actually an ash tree that we took down on the property that we converted into tables. Same thing with a lot of our tables here at our bar. All of our bars we made here as well. All of our flight boards, we do everything by hand. And so we really morphed into we wanted to create a place for the community where they could come out with their family and friends, get away from their computer, get away from their cell phone, and enjoy time together. And drink a beer.
And drink a beer. And cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
My guess is that this is pumpkin.
You hit that one on the head. That's
Yes!
a pretty hard one to miss.
Yeah.
Man, he beat me to it.
So, pumpkin beer, relaxed, great spice. You got to try it. Now, Lawrence and I are lucky enough to be here right now at Lone Oak. Everything Charlie says is absolutely true. This place is beautiful. It's right off 108, right across from the Johnsons. They've been here for years, but it's right across the street. And the views are amazing. I'll take some pictures and show you during that. But you have to come out here, check out Charlie's Wood, and drink Charlie's beer because it's worth it. Now,
isn't it just across the way from Blue Mash?
Yeah, Blue Mash is about, I'd say less than a mile up 108. We're right on 108, across from Johnson's. Actually, Johnson's was my first job when I was 14. I worked at Johnson's. So we're directly across the street. Technically still in Olney, so 20832 zip code, but right next door to Laytonsville.
And I'm fortunate enough where I've been here before. I was able to come out here with me and my family, sit out in the field. You guys opened a brewery in the middle of a pandemic. Let's be honest about that. We're not going to hide it. It's a beautiful thing out here, but why did you guys decide to keep moving forward as there was a pandemic going on? Lawrence and I go to the next beer.
He's obviously quicker than I am.
That's a
Yeah.
good question. That's
Yeah.
a very good question. So we obviously, it was unexpected. No one thought it. We've been in plans for years, like I mentioned, and so we didn't want to put our dream on hold. And so we did morph our business model a little bit. We shut down our tasting room. We put into place a lot of COVID and restrictions and guidelines. But we've got 28 acres here. So we have about 50 picnic tables spread over 8 or 9 acres. And it allowed people, again, to get out of their homes and enjoy time with their family in a socially distanced area. So it's worked out really well. Actually, coronavirus has not hurt, I don't think has hurt our business much. We've created a really cool space for our families and our community to get out and enjoy in a safe manner. So I think Dan's going to put up some pictures, but you'll see kind of our little setup and how spread out it is. And so we've had to transition a little bit, but in the end, it's been a good thing. People want to be outside. They want to get out of their homes. They don't have many places to go, and they like to drink. And so we kind of cover those 4 things.
If there's a checklist, I would be on all of that checklist. That is amazing. I'm going to look back here.
Sandbar?
I agree, sandbar.
That's it, boys.
Yes! 2 for 2!
Sandbar
Yeah!
is our tropical hazy IPA. Very smooth, kind of melony finish to me personally, but not real bitter. It's a good IPA.
So far, delicious beer, by the way. Now we're going to move on to the third one. You don't have to finish that, Lawrence.
Thank you.
We'll have time to finish the rest.
Bloody hell.
I want you to be able to see later. You took the opportunity to live your dream. That's a hard thing to do. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to have that dream. When you walk in on the side, you see a founder's and a farmer's wall of all the people that have helped you in this process of opening your dream. When you hear people talking about their dream, what advice do you give them to fulfill those opportunities?
Take your time. There's no need to rush into anything. We took a ton of time, a ton of energy, a ton of money, honestly. But take your time. Don't jump into anything. Sit down, put pen to paper, put together a basic business plan of what you want to accomplish, and then take little steps every day. It adds up to a lot. So my brother and I, when we first started planning all this out, it was okay, here's our list of things to accomplish today. And it wasn't overbearing. We each have our own jobs in separate industries, and we continue to do those successfully. And so we've been very fortunate, but take your time with it. Don't rush into anything, and take it in little pieces and put together something that really, beyond taking your time and backing up on that a little bit, is find something that you're passionate about and get behind that. And so that's been really important to us. Is creating this place again for our community, families here, where they can come out and enjoy and relax and get away again from their cell phones, their TVs, and just have good old-fashioned fun.
Okay, Lawrence, what's your guess on this one?
Oaktoberfest.
I'm guessing it's a brown ale.
Is it the brown? It could well be. Hang on.
Amber.
The amber.
I'd guess it'd be like the
Old
old
amber.
amber.
No, boys, it was Oaktoberfest.
Oh, you were right. Lawrence got me. Lawrence got me. Oh,
So
the Brit got me.
One thing we're doing now is about 2 weeks ago we launched we're calling it our Oaktoberfest, Lone Oak Farm, Oaktoberfest. And so when you come, you'll see that we have a pumpkin patch for kids, pumpkin painting for kids. We've done a lot of kind of decking up for the theme with flags and corn stalks and pumpkins.
Brats.
And brats. We're selling brats. We are selling steins. In our Oaktoberfest. So this was in the tank for.
Well, guys, cheers to Oaktoberfest.
Yeah.
So absolutely, come get a
Cheers.
growler. They're right there in case you want to know what they look like.
So growlers will also have our Oaktoberfest steins. We've got more coming in on Friday, and that'll go through the rest of October. So come out and enjoy our Oaktoberfest. I think we're probably running a little low after the last 2 weeks on our Oaktoberfest. So come out and enjoy it before we run out.
And the steins are first come, first serve. So make sure you come early. They are limited. So they're amazing looking. I've seen them. I don't want to tell you about them because I want to not surprise you. They are phenomenal. Now, Charlie kind of mentioned he has a full-time job. They got involved in this. They've opened up this brewery. he has a full-time job. What's it been like being one of the best loan officers in the area and opening a brewery at the same time? Like, how are you able to juggle both careers?
I'm not. No, we are doing well. Very fortunate. So, we've got really in the lending industry. I've got a really good team that backs me up, and we've got really good partners. I mean, Lawrence and realtors and builders that we work with, and they support us, and we support them. And so it's been very fortunate. I'm single with no kids. That makes it easier.
That's also
single with no kids, young ladies.
If he's adorable. He's adorable. So, and he has 2 careers. So if you're looking for an awesome guy who drinks beer on 28 acres and does mortgages while he's working his own wood, you come to Charlie.
So no, but it does. I mean, it's a ton of time, and probably 8 to 8 doing mortgages. Right now we're busy helping people refinance and purchase. It's a crazy market, and then out here nights and weekends. So it's a lot, but again, it is what it is, and I enjoy it. So this is my happy place. So this isn't work to me, and this is my kind of break from doing mortgages.
So this is the sour. I know that.
I'd say
I despise sours. That's why you have to look at my face while he was talking. It wasn't about what he was saying. But I'm going to finish it because I'm a grown-up, and that's what grown-ups do. So cheers to the sour.
I say pucker up.
Pucker up, Buttercup.
It's not pucker up.
Oh!
That's the plum crazy. It's our plum gozy.
Oh, it's a goes.
So
I'm in trouble now.
that's actually one of our best sellers. People really
love it. It's not my taste buds.
It's not as sour as a sour.
Yeah, well, the next one's a sour. I'm in deep trouble. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah.
Because this is the next step down. That's disturbing to me. Now, before we get into the next beer, I kind of want to go through, this farm. I know there's history, and the Lone Oak is a name. Is there a Lone Oak, and what's the actual history of this land that you're on? Like, you've been here for a little over a year and a half. I know it has history. What is it?
Yeah. So we actually opened the brewery about 3.5 months ago. June 12th, I think, was our first day. A lot of history to this place. So people are familiar with Riggs Bank, or Sam Riggs IV. Mm-hmm. This was his primary residence. He had a house about 100 yards behind us that they tore down probably about 10 years ago. He passed away, I think, about 18 years ago now. Very influential guy in the area. His family inherited the property, and we purchased the property from his family. But there's some interesting stories. So there is a real Lone Oak. I'd say, if we had to guess, my brother's an arborist, and he thinks it's probably on the low end 200, on the high end 300 years old. It's a white oak tree, so it's the Maryland straight tree.
Beautiful
and
tree.
It's incredible.
That's also why you see all the Maryland stuff across the Lone Oak shirts. They have the history of the Lone Oak.
Yeah, and so it's incredible. One of the limbs itself is over 80 feet long, just right out into the field, and it's flipping that thing up, imagining that being 8 stories is unbelievable, and that's just one limb on the tree. So it's definitely a place. We've roped it off to try to protect just the root zone and make sure it stays here as long as we possibly keep it. In addition to that, we're doing some extra stuff. I think we're doing a painting on this upcoming Sunday. So we've got a group painting class, and so we're doing things to incorporate in the community. Last weekend we actually did Laps for Lexi. One of our employees, Sammy, her sister passed away 10 years ago of childhood cancer, and for the last 10 years they've raised over $1 million by doing a run, Laps for Lexi. They weren't able to do it this year, just like a lot of people haven't been able to do a lot of things. So we donated a percentage of sales, and we actually raised $10,000 on Saturday and Sunday for Laps for Lexi. And so her father is a local cop, and he is out here all the time. Good friends with him now, and so we were really blessed and fortunate to be able to help with that. And we can plan on continuing to do things like that. And so reach out to us if you have any cause that you would like us to help get behind and support.
Great job, Charlie. Great job. Love it.
This was the sour. I think maybe when I said
would
before.
say pucker up this time.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah. I did pucker up for both ends here. It's not very good for me to do that. They are delicious. I don't like sours, but I'm going to finish these. That's how much I do like these beers. And with that, as Charlie said, like, they do a lot. They want to give back to the community, and that's just something that's ingrained in the souls of the Millers, and you got to appreciate that. and all that is done here at Lone Oak. So if you are looking to get some Lone Oak paraphernalia, from growlers to cups to T-shirts to hats to a Lone Oak Jeep Gladiator that's all decked out. Okay, you actually can't get that yet, guys. Sorry, not happening yet. But if you're looking for that, where can you get, and the beer? More importantly, is can I get the beer anywhere else but here?
So we are. So the best way to get a hold of us is just to come out, come see us, see what we're doing out here, visit the property. We are doing our first mobile canning on the 8th, so next week. So we're going to be canning a ton of 3 different styles for distribution. So you will start seeing us in some local stores, but mostly we're on-site sales right now. We've only been open for 3 months, and so we're growing slowly and taking our time with it. I guess growing fast.
Yeah.
But come out, see us, and then you can always Google us right on there. You can click call, and that'll take you to our main line right inside, or our office line, or shoot us an email at office@loneoakbrewingco.com.
And then you can get the shirts, hats, all that's located here. If you want it when they're open, go to the front where it says the shack. It's an easier way to get a hold of it than waiting in the beer line, which is tremendous. And we're going to kind of just revert back real quick for COVID. There's been some question marks about do I need a reservation to come into Lone Oak now? What are the processes going on? Do I need to wear a mask at all times? Kind of what is the Lone Oak and Montgomery County rules right now going on?
Yes, so that's a good question. Right now, we did do reservations for a short period. Right now, we do not require reservations. We do have all of our COVID guidelines on our website, as well as when you pull up. When you pull in on a Saturday or Sunday, you also get handed by one of our employees when you're pulling in with our COVID guidelines. Right now, we can go through them all, but for the most part, come out, 6 people per table. You have to wear a mask when you're not drinking. You have to wear a mask when if you come inside to use the restroom, or when you're in line, 6 feet in line. All of our tables are spread anywhere from 10, 15 to 50 feet apart on average. I'd say
well beyond the regulated. That's amazing.
Yeah, but we're doing one-time plastic use cups. No cash right now. Credit cards only. Again, to kind of just limit, transfer via transactions. But at the end of the day, you want to come out, enjoy yourself, keep yourself safe. We have hand sanitizer stations throughout the property, as well as on each table. So when we're open, we'll have hand sanitizer on each table. We've got multiple COVID cleaners that their full-time job is to go around and clean each table. And again, we want to keep our employees safe and you safe, so you guys can come out and enjoy yourselves and have a good time.
Come here, feel super safe, kind of follow all the guidelines. It's been amazing. I know one of the things that also was brought up, live music. Mm-hmm. Is Lone Oak allowed to have live music?
So there's been a lot of changes on that. So we were doing live music for a while, and then we stopped per county guidance. And now we actually are allowed to have, or permitted to have live music back. So we've had some acoustic singers, usually we'll have 1 or 2, and they're usually set up right behind us, play right off in the porch out into the field. But there is some limitations with Montgomery County. You cannot dance or congregate in front of the band.
Sounds
or
like
the
Footloose.
singers or performers. I don't want to go down that road. But then they were working within our restrictions again, and they're in place to keep people safe, so we understand it, and we're doing the best we can to continue to follow the county guidance.
So you've heard a lot from me. You've heard a lot from Charlie. And this place is amazing. Lawrence, what do you think of the beers? What about the beers, Lawrence? Talk to me about the beers.
I'm enjoying every single one. I can actually do multiple flights at this point.
We'll get you another one in the morning.
Not for that. Then I'd need to fly home. They're wonderful.
He needs a flight to fly. I can't be trusted. So we're going to do a quick walk around of the location. I'm going to show you the Lone Oak actual tree. And if anybody wants to get a hold of you guys, do you guys have a Facebook page? Do you guys have a website?
So
what's the best way?
So we, in addition to, so right now we've got 13 styles on tap beer, and then in addition to that we also have, I think, 7 or 8 seltzers, alcoholic seltzers, and alcoholic sodas. We've got 2 or 3 alcoholic sodas on right now.
Which are delicious.
So for people that aren't beer people, come out and enjoy a seltzer or soda, and we're constantly turn over there with different styles and different flavors. So every week we'll be launching something new. We just did our Oaktoberfest, then we did our pumpkin ale, then we did our pucker up, the sour. So we're going to continue to grow and experiment with new things to allow people to, different people that like different things to have the opportunity to try different things. The best way to get a hold of us, everything we have, in addition to that, we have a small snack shack where we serve ice cream, pizza, charcuterie boards, that kind of stuff, and food trucks. So the best way to get our schedule of music and food trucks is just to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, Lone Oak Farm Brewing Co., and our website, and check us out. Most of our updates are via Instagram and Facebook right now.
Now, one of the coolest things that I saw today as I toured around Lone Oak was this massive wooden paddle.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me the paddle, because that is really interesting and cool.
Yeah, so there's some history to that. So, I mean, if you go back and you look at these places that have, from a beer standpoint, places that have their own recipes, well, a lot to do with beer is water, right? And so we have a 600-foot well here, and a lot of the taste comes from water and the water makeup. So what these places would do is, even if you have the same recipe, it might taste a little different based on the water, but they also have paddles. So we actually created a mixed paddle out of an old limb off of our white oak tree, off the Lone Oak. And so we use that in each batch, and it gives our beer our extra little flavor.
It's about 5 feet tall. I had pictures of it I'll show, but it's amazing. So they're going to make every single batch of beer with at least a couple stirs of this amazing paddle. So you're going to have a little bit of the actual Lone Oak in every single beer you try here, which, again, phenomenal. So before we go on the tour, I just want to say thank you so much to Charlie for having Lawrence and I out here with these amazing beers and this beautiful location. Guys, if you have an opportunity, come out to Lone Oak, support a local business, support a local brewery, and support an amazing person and an amazing place. So thank you so much, and we appreciate you guys having us out.